guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel Read with Kim. And today I'm going to recommend you 10 classic books that are so easy to read and you also not gonna be able to put it down because they are so addictive. I feel like pretty often we get afraid when we hear the word classic. It's like, no, it's boring, like it takes a lot of knowledge, like the words are so complicated, I need to have a background in English, like it's a lot a lot of lies around classics. And to be honest, it's just like a I hate when this happens because for a book to become a classic it has to be a really great story. So if we get like trapped in those lies, we really miss so many amazing stories. So that's why I have these 10 books that you are going to love. Because listen, I don't like complicated reads. Like I am like easy does it. Like give me something easy but at the same time amazing. So I got you, and let's get into this list. So it's from 10 to my top one classic that until today it's my favorite classic ever. 10 that I have here, it is The Great Gatsby from Scott Fitzgerald, and this is from the 20s. Like, I feel it's like so much vibes about the 20s, and it's so many parties inspired in this book. And we are following this Gatsby guy who is rich and has so much glamour around him, and he is kind of in love with this girl, and this girl has a relationship with someone else. So this is a very good triangle. And listen, I'm not fan of triangles. Like love triangles are so boring and so ridiculous. But when it's a good love triangle, I think you can like have a great story. And this is the case. And also you can have this amazing vibe and knowing how the society was at that moment, how the writers were thinking, how the woman were like approached. It's really good and very easy, super short, and is super trendy, and it's really really easy to read. Classic number 9. It is a book that is pretty chunky, yes. And I got intimidated the first time, but when I started reading it, I just couldn't stop reading this book. Like the story really trapped me. It's a complete drama, and I am talking about Anna Karenina from Leo Tolstoy. This is my first book that I read from Leo Tolstoy, and it was such an incredible experience because this talk about a woman who is actually committing adultery. Like she was having an extramarital affair with another person, and it's pretty often like when woman does things like that, it's basically justified because the husband is super mean and usually is really abused. But this is not the case. This is the case of a man who was way older than her, but he was just an incredible husband, and she fell in love with this young man that was her age. So she became trapped by her passion and just give everything for this new love. And it really broke my heart in the most beautiful way because it talks a lot about forgiveness, a lot about values, a lot about consequences when a person decides to leave everything, like putting on risk everything that she has for this new love. It is really worth it. Like, what is the end? And the end, it was just insane. It was extremely dramatic. I did not expect the end of Anna Karenina was gonna be like that, but at the same time, it was like, yes, it makes any sense. Like, it has to be like that. And I feel like Leo Tolstoy gives us so much lesson about life, about values, such an incredible way. And I mean, something that I love about this book, and I have to say, is nothing is black and white. It's not like bad and good. It's a lot about emotions, and when we get trapped about emotions, that's when consequences happen, right? We have to stop ourselves for our values. We can have so much passion for someone, but if we stop because we have the values, we really avoid so much consequences. And I love this book. I really really recommend this book. I cannot talk about this book enough. And when someone tells me that, can you recommend me a book, like a good drama book, I always say Anna Karenina. Russian, it's so well done and is easy to read. It's not complicated at all. Position number 8, it is a classic that is my favorite classic when I was a teenager, but it's still until today is a classic that I really reminds in my heart. And every time that I talk about this classic, it gives me so much positive vibes. And I talk about Little Woman from Lisa May Alcott, and we are following like four sisters, and every single sister is so different from the other one, but at the same time they have this valiant family, and they are really really poor, and their father is on war, fighting for the country. So we following their journey, their lives, and also Josephine March, which is the protagonist of this story, she has dreams, but she wants to be a writer. So for me, following her journey was amazing because in the society by this time, like women were just like raised and literally get married, but she has this dream. She wants more. But at the same time, we're following the other sisters, which, yes, I want this life, so what? There's nothing wrong, right? And then we follow in Beth, which is so shy and adorable. We follow Amy. Amy is so, like, she's so ambitious. And it's just really, really sweet book. It's really easy. This is much of a, like my girls. Like if you're in a mood for like, I want to have a good cozy time, but at the same time a great story from the heart, definitely Little Woman. This is not like a drama crazy triangle love, but it's more like inspiration. And it's a classic. It has been a great classic. It has been so many movies from this book, like so many movies, because this is a great, great story, and every single movie is a complete success. So if you get a chance, please, please give it a try to Little Woman. You are not going to regret. At position number 7, now let's get horror. Let's get the vibe of horror. I don't want to read anything sweet. I want to go direct to horror. I got you. So I got Stephen King IT. And this is a chunky book. I have to say, it took me time to get into the story. Like, it's not an easy book, but the story is amazing. That's what I included here because if you have patience to go through the story, you're gonna really find this world. And well, it's not this world, it's about this town, which is apparently haunted, right? This town called Derry, when a bunch of kids were living there, and they specifically like 5 kids were living there, but this tragedy happened when two brothers were playing with this little like boat, paper boat, when the older brother gave it to his younger brother, and this kid went to play with the boat inside, I'm sorry, outside the streets in the rain, and then the boat stops, and that's when this clown monster takes the boat and kills the brother. And it was such traumatized for everyone because weird things were happening in this town. Those kids were living, but they made a promise. They made a promise that when something weird would happen again, they were gonna go back to this town to actually figure out what this thing is, and they were gonna fight against this. And many many years happened, and yes, one of them stayed in Derry town, and something else happened in this town. So they came back to face it and to really, go through this trauma when they were kids and finally break the curse. This is such an incredible story. It's horror. The description of the story is just give me this crazy vibe. As I said, it's slow, it's not fast paced, it takes time to get into the story, but definitely if you're looking for horror and a great story, don't miss the opportunity to read this book. At position number 6, it is Wuthering Heights from Emily Bronte, and this is the most toxic book story that I ever read. But I had to give it a credit because I couldn't stop reading just because I hated all of the characters, like all of them. Because this is a toxic relationship about this girl who she's rich, and then she loves this guy who is not rich, but then she married the other guy just because she was mad at this guy and she wants revenge. And this guy and her never stopped loving each other, and even though they were like doing their lives apart, they kept this love. And because they had this toxicity, they could never be happy in their lives. I think that's my lesson of this book. Like, if you keep track on the past and keep revealing this toxic relationship and never move on to a healthy one, you're gonna ruin everything that you have. and you're gonna become so angry and so mad because you hurt and you hurt people. So that's what it is here. Like they, like, like, oh, I cannot move on. This is the book. Like you will never move on. But it's toxic, it's good, and it's fast paced, and it's a classic. It's from Emily Bronte. Bronte sisters are super super well known in literature because they have amazing books, and this is one of the sisters, not my favorite sister, but really really good classic book. Emily Bronte, definitely give it a try. We getting into the top five, and we are going to talk about another, not horror, it's like thriller suspense, horror suspense thriller. So I'm talking about Rebecca for Daphne du Maurier, and this one, I don't know, but if you're a fan of Colin Hoover, Verity, and you read it, you're gonna, and you read this, you're gonna know, like, this is a copy of this because it's a classic. So, Colin Hoover, but anyway, so we are following this woman that is so amazing because we don't know the name of the woman. Like, I was like, what is the name? What part did I miss her name? What is remain unknown until today. So the protagonist, we don't know her name, but she's young. She lives in this hotel, working as a company of this old person. She was taking care of her, helping her, and then she met this old man. Well, not old man, but older than her, and they fall in love. And he decides to propose her marriage. So she said yes. So he takes her to live in this huge mansion house, but there is a secret because he was married before to a woman named Rebecca. And since day one that she arrived to this huge house, when you were like, oh my god, this is the dream, like a huge house, every single person were reminding her of Rebecca. Like every single person, every single detail. So she was suffering so much, and she was really innocent. Like when I was reading this book, I was like, why can't you just step for yourself and tell this woman to, like, she was really innocent, but then you start seeing how she evolves and how she's taking this personality and really fight for what she belongs, her marriage. But it's also a huge secret behind this Rebecca murder or suicide or disappearance. There is a huge secret here that is about to reveal, and it's gonna leave you speechless. This book, please give it a try if you want to give suspense thriller and you want to really know the original story, in my opinion, from Verity, this very famous book, because this classic is just 5 stars. Position number 4. This was really hard for me because I will give out of them like place number 1, but I had to decide, so I give this place 4. And I'm talking about Jane Eyre with another Bronte sister, but this time it's Charlotte Bronte. And this one is like this girl who is really advanced in her mentality for the time that this book was written. And we are following this girl that she is a governess and she wants to be a teacher. So she ends teaching this girl and falling in love with the man, and the man loves her back. But there is a secret as well. There is a secret because the same thing. It's a disappearance of this wife. What's going on? And it's just amazing because this love story is so pure and nice, but at the same time she is really fearless and she has so strong values that even though she loves him, when he made this situation that for her was against her values, she was capable to see that's it. You really, like, my values are the one who's dictating me my decision, and it really gave me a lesson because how many times we like, yes, I'm gonna forgive this because my heart goes here, but if you're really strong with your values, oof, like no matter who it is, you are going to be strong enough to leave that person. So I really really recommend this book for any, even a man and a woman that really want to have an amazing time and encouragement about life and about being fighting for your dreams no matter what. Definitely great read. Charlotte Bronte, another Bronte sister, amazing. Stepping on the top three. Oh my goodness. And the position number three is another Bronte sister, the third one. And I'm talking about Annie Bronte. And this book really, really got me. And I am talking about The Tenant of Winfield Hall. And it's so well done. And again, like this, I feel like these sisters were so advanced in their mentality for the type of stories they wrote, and it were completely like challenging the society and have the woman in a very advanced, in a very courageous way, and I love that. So here we are following this woman who is new in this town, but she has a son. By that time it was like, ooh, she has a son but she doesn't have a husband, right? So that time it was like, ooh, that's a start wrong. And then it's a lot of gossiping around her, why she's there, where is the husband, who is the father of the kid, what's her story, right? And then she uh, it's really suffering and she's healing a lot, but she's kind of like a defensive because she has a huge past. So then this guy fell in love with her and he's really trying to, get her and give her the love. But then a lot of rumors were like surrounding her, and he was like, do I believe this rumor? Do I believe what is happening? And so she decided to give him her journal about her past. And that's when he started reading and understanding everything. So we go with this reader and knowing what happened in her life and all her secrets and why, how she was there. In this book, in some point, I was like, girlfriend, please. Like, girlfriend, please. Like, you don't see what is happening here, like this abuse. But at the same time, is very understandable why she was acting. And at the end, she was like really strong. So I really, really like it for the topic. And this is my position number three from Annie Bronte. Position number two, it is a book that I did not expect to give this a position number two because I'm not a fan of romance. I'm not. But this book really got me in every single way and is my favorite, and I think the only one romance book that I can really speak highly, especially that classic. And I'm talking about Pride and Prejudice from Jane Austen, and I think this is the most romantic book that I ever read. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and yes, Darcy, Mr. Darcy, like, having someone like Mr. Darcy in this book is like, how can we find love in someone else expecting Darcy, right? Like, he was such a gentleman, but at the same time his pride, right? Like, he was very like ego, but no ego, because he was like actually kind of like afraid, and he was like, oh, when I have a bad opinion, it's never gonna end well. And then she's very like, oh, well, you have an opinion on me, well, I'm done with you. So this is like a really amazing, and they like each other so much. You can feel the vibe and the passion they have in each other, but just because he made a comment about her sister, it was like, from Elizabeth, it was just like separation, but it was just beautiful. It was just the most romantic. Please read it. It's so easy to read. It's my favorite book. It's the only book that I read from Jane Austen so far. I'm no fan, as I said, of like romantic classic, but this one, it has to, like, I have to read it, and I don't regret. Great story, Jane Austen. Second place, Pride and Prejudice. My goodness, now we get in the position number one. My favorite classic. Oh Lord, but yes, it is my favorite classic until today, and it was really hard for me to actually put it as positions because all those books were 5 stars, but this is my favorite. It has been, it is, and it will be. And I am talking about The Godfather from Mario Puzo. I read the book, obviously. I watched the movies, obviously. I went to the exhibition, obviously, here in LA. I'm fan of every single thing about The Godfather. I got obsessed. I don't think I would ever read a book like this, a mafia, but it was so well done. Like, this is kind of like the book that you are not expecting what is going to happen. Like, like you were reading something and then, oh yeah, this person came and killed everyone. Like, what this twist that he has in the story, like, from nowhere, is amazing. Like, it's just like playing with your brain so badly that at the half of the book I was feeling so much anxiety because I was like, okay, I don't know what is going to happen. Like, everything is fine. It means that now someone is going to get killed from nowhere. Like, it's just amazing. Also, the family, like, it's just wow. Like, it's just wow how the family is, and how The brothers and this like mafia thing from Vito Corleone, Michael Corleone, you know, all the Corleones. It's just amazing. And the end, the end, I was a little bit like, wait, what happened here? But I love it. Michael is my boyfriend, and please read this book. Like, after this book, nothing it would be the same. Even though you watch the movies, this book is everything for me. Like definitely everything for me. Mario Puzo, Godfather, number one, best classic ever.